My name is Colin Whitworth. I am a PhD student in the Communication Studies department, focusing on performance studies, which is why I'm doing this show. I am from the South, specifically a small town in northern Alabama called Athens, and I've been here in Carbondale for a little over a year now.
My name is Ashley Beard, and I am the co-director for Hell House. I'm a third-year PhD student in performance studies. Originally, I'm from Los Angeles.
My name is Shelby Swafford. I'm a master's student in the Communication Studies department here, second-year master's student.
My name is Savannah Palmer. I'm a second-year master's student here in the Comm Studies department. I'm focusing in performance studies.
So Hell House is a show. It's a mixture of what we call auto performance and sort of environmental performance. So there's an installation in the back of the theater that is a hell house, right? So you'll see the first half of the show is all about Colin and growing up in the South as a gay man coming out, and also the process of a church putting up a hell house.
A hell house is kind of a Christian haunted house where usually you show sin and the fates of sinners in place of more Hollywood kind of horrors.
It's also really interesting in terms of we break down some boundaries between audience and performers, where our audience will actually come and be a part of the Hell House, which is interesting, a little bit scary, I would say, from a performer's perspective, because we don't know, we're inviting them to interact and we don't know how they will react.
So working on a show about religion, I would have to say, for me, it's complicated. You know, I identify as queer or lesbian, and I actually worked in ministry for a long time. I said, you know, I want to do this, but I also want to make sure that because of my faith tradition and because I have a complicated relationship with the church, and that, you know, once I came out, that's not really accepted.
I did draw upon a lot of my personal experiences with the church. I grew up in a Southern Baptist family. And around the age that my character incidentally is, she's 16, I started to grapple with my religious identity and start to kind of question and challenge that.
Kind of incorporating my religious experience with the religious experiences of other people in the cast was interesting to kind of talk about, you know, where do you come from with this and where do you come from with this, and putting it together to kind of look at the both good and bad effects that religion can have on certain identities. I had certain ideas for certain scenes, but then it really got shaped by the identities that were in the cast and who was in the cast, which was a really nice process for me as a director and a writer.
Colin, who wrote and is directing and stuff, and is also performing in this as well, is a good friend of mine. And it's been a really great experience working with him and kind of getting to share those experiences with him. And then the rest of the ensemble is just fabulous. I mean, everyone is so talented and just so really invested in the work that we're doing and the kind of stuff that we're trying to do and get across.
It's risky, right? So religion is one of the things that you try to avoid talking about most of the time. The first time I walked through the Hell House, I was almost a little teary, and it was upsetting to me. I invite that because I feel like that's the only way we're ever going to have sort of a revolution about these types of issues, is if we find a way to talk about them.